ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், பெரியாழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரமுனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததாயத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜமுனிம் பஜே லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாத யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம் யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜே யுக்மருக்ம வியாமோகதஸ்ததிதராணி திருநாய மேனே अस्मद्गुरोर् भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता युवते स्तनया भूति सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेर्कुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्री भक्तिसारकुलशेखरे योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रेण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् गुरुमुखमणदीत्य प्राह वेदानशेषान् नरपतिपरिकृतं शुल्कम् आधातुकामः स्वशरम् अमरवन्द्यं रङ्गनाथः साक्षात् द्विजकुलजलबन्धं विष्णुजित्तं नमामि मिन्नार तडमिदल सोल வெள்ளிபுத்தூர் எண்ணர்கால் சொன்னார் கழக்கமலம் சூடினோம் முன்னாள் கிழியறுத்தான் என்னுரைத்தோம் கீழ்மையை சேரும் வழியறுத்தோம் நெஞ்சமே வந்து பாண்டியன் கொண்டாட பற்றபிரான் வந்தான் என்று ஈண்டிய சங்கம் எடுத்துத வேண்டிய வேதங்களோதி விரைந்து கிழியறுத்தான் பாதங்கள் யாமுடைய 10. In the series of lectures in English on the topic of dhivyaprabandhams, we've been going through periyAzhwAr thirumozhi for quite some time. Now we are up to the 10th decade in second centum. That is the last 10 pAsurams in the second set of 100 pAsurams. It's a continuation of the previous padigam, previous decade, where the gopikas were coming and complaining to Mother Yashoda. There it was mostly for stealing the butter, but here it is for few other reasons. In all of these pAsurams in this decade, Indru Mutrum is there in the last line. That Indru Mutrum means I will be finished today because of the torment I am getting from Krishna. So that is the standard theme of this whole padigam, whole decade, where periyAzhwAr in the mood of gopikas is singing that Krishna's leelas are tormenting them. So that is the theme of this particular padigam. We are seeing the meanings for the padigam with the help of Divyartha Deepika of Kanchipuram Prativadi Bhayankaram Anangaracharya Swami's simple commentary. It's a very brief explanation. So let's go through the meanings for each pAsuram. ஆற்றிலிருந்து விளையாடுவங்களை சேற்றாலிருந்து வளை துகில் கை கொண்டு காற்றில் கடியனாய் ஓடி அகம்புக்கு மாற்றமும் தாரானால் இன்று முற்றும் வளைத்திறம் பேசானால் இன்று முற்றும். So in this first pAsuram, the leela of Krishna stealing the clothes and quickly running to his home and hiding there, that is highlighted, that is identified. Usually we see the one incident where Krishna goes and steals the clothes of the gopikas and sits on top of the kurunda tree and refuses to return their clothes, and he says that unless they lift up their both hands and perform anjali and surrender to him, he will not return the clothes. That is the standard leela we know, but here sometimes he goes and steals the clothes and runs away. So that is highlighted here. Let us see the pAsuram. ஆற்றிலிருந்து விளையாடுவோங்களை. We were playing on the banks of river Yamuna. While we were doing that, சேற்றால் எரிந்து, throwing mud on us. And when we try to protect ourselves, வளை துகில் கை கொண்டு, he took our bangles and our clothes. He grabbed all of the bangles and the clothes which we had kept aside, he took them and காற்றில் கடியனாய் ஓடி அகம்புக்கு, faster than wind, he ran away and he entered in his own home. வாசலில் நின்று கூப்பிட்டு. So now they are saying they are going to Krishna's home, standing outside the entrance and shouting his name, crying out, "Oh Krishna, oh Krishna, why did you do this?" Like that they are crying out. So towards us who are crying out like this, மாற்றமும் தாரானால் என்று முற்றும். He is not replying to us. He is just ignoring us. Seeing that by that Lord, now we are getting finished. We are unable to live anymore. We are being tormented by him very much. வளைத்திரம் பேசானால். He previously gathered all the bangles also and took them with him. But he is not speaking anything about that as well. By such Lord, இன்று முற்றும். I am getting finished. We are getting finished, says the Gopikas. Say the Gopikas in this pasuram. ஆற்றிலிருந்து விளையாடுவோம் படை. Next pasuram. குண்டலம் தாழ குழல் தாழ நான் தாழ எண்டிசையோரும் இறைஞ்சி தொழுதேத்த வண்டமர் பூங்குழலார் துகில் கை கொண்டு விண்தோய் மரத்தானால் என்று முற்றும் வேண்டவன் தாரானால் என்று முற்றும். Here also the same lila where Krishna steals the clothes and sits on top of the kurunda tree. It is reaching up to the sky. That is how the tree is. So that act is very much tormenting us. And even after we pray so much, he is not giving. That is very mischievous and naughty of him, says the Gopikas. Kundalam Tara. So Krishna's earrings, the pendants, they are all hanging down. Kudal Tara. His hair, beautiful divine hair, that is also swaying, shaking. Nan. The garland he is wearing on his divine chest, on his divine neck, Tara, as it comes down up to his navel, divine navel. Endisayorum. So he looks very beautiful. Krishna is looking very beautiful in this. Endisayorum. All of the devatas, the sages, and all of those who are all in the different directions, 8 different directions. இறைஞ்சி தொழுது, offering their full obeisances and they are worshipping you. Yeta stotram, doing stotram, praising you. Having such nature, Vandamar Pongulalar, the cowherds, that is us, the cowherd girls are speaking this. So they are saying, the cowherd girls are saying, Vandamar Pungulalar, the flowers which are on our hair, and those flowers have beautiful beetles because they want to suck the honey from it, from the flowers. So the flowers are there, and then there are beetles on the flower, and these flowers are used to decorate the cowherd women, girls. So the clothes which have been discarded and placed in the banks of the river Yamuna, that clothes, tugil, those clothes, kaikondu, tugil means cloth. So this clothes, kaikondu, grabbing all of them with his hands, vintoi marathanal, reaching up to the height of the kurunda tree, the great big tree. Such Krishna Indru muttrum, by such Krishna, we are getting finished, we are getting destroyed. Vendavun Taranal. Even if we pray, oh Krishna, give our garments back, our clothes back, even then he is not giving them. Taranal. He is not showing that. Krishna is showing those clothes and he is not giving those clothes. By such Krishna, we are being tormented and we are getting finished, says the Gopikas. Next pasuram, Tadambadu Tamarai, Poigai Kalaki, Vidambadu Nagatai, Wal Patri Irthu, Padambadu Paindalai, Melada Painditu, Udambai Asaitanal Indru Muttrum, Uchiyil Nindranal Indru Muttrum. So all the Gopikas are saying here, after Krishna danced on top of the Kaliya, the snake, after that he shook his divine form, he swayed his divine form, and he stood on top of the Kaliya. These were very merciful, and they were at the same time creating lot of involvement towards him. So we engage in such leelas and we become finished. The difference between previous pasuram's and here is that here in this pasuram, Krishna is not doing anything to them, but he is only jumping on the Kaliya and he is dancing on the head of on the hoods of the Kaliya. But even that is tormenting the Gopikas, because they, even though they scold Krishna sometimes, they hide from Krishna and so on, still they like Krishna very much. So for the Gopikas, even engaging with him too much and not being able to withdraw sometimes, even that is considered to be finishing them, because with either joy or sorrow, when it goes over our head, it becomes dangerous to us also. So that is explained here. Tadampadu, this very vast Tamare Poigai, the lotus pond, the flowers are there in the pond, and those flowers are lotus flowers. Kalaki, he entered into that pond and he made the pond very muddy, very slushy, and due to that Krishna's jumping there and making the pond agitated, Vidambadu Nagatai, Wal Patri Irthu. Immediately the snake Kaliya was spitting poison and coming up. At that time, he held this Kaliya with his hand. So he pulled the Kaliya's tail, the body, and then because of that, Padampadu, immediately Kaliya stretches his patam. Patam means the hood, the big hood. Pai talai melada paindittu. On the very soft, tender head, the Kaliya's head is very soft, as a snake's body will be. So on that head, he jumped to make him arise with anger. Udambai Asaitanal. And in this manner, he danced on top of the Kaliya, and he also dances on the four-way junction. That is his natural way of attracting everyone. So such Krishna, Indru Muttrum, he is finishing us. Why? Because when Kaliya is there spitting poison, all the people in Gokulam, and Vrindavanam, they all become scared that Krishna jumped there. And many of them went unconscious. So that is the same concept here. When Krishna is there in the pond, until that time, the Gopikas are all very fearful. And then finally, Kaliya became very weak, and then he surrendered. Until that time, Uchiyil Nindranal, he stood on top of the hoods of that Kaliya. Indrumuthum, such Krishna is tormenting us, is trying to finish us. That is the third pasuram. Next pasuram, Tenuganavi Seguthu Panangani. தான் எறிந்திட்ட தடம்பெரும் தோழினால் வானவர் கோன்விட வந்த மழை தடுத்து ஆனிரை காத்தானால் என்று முற்றும் அவை உய்ய கொண்டானால் என்று முற்றும். Here beautiful incidents are shown. Dhenukasura, he came in the form of a donkey, and then with the help of that donkey as the throwing stick, Krishna threw the Panangani. Panangani means the palm tree fruits in them. That Panangani தான் எரிந்திட்ட தடம்பெரும் தோழினால். Krishna took that Dhenukasura and threw it on the palm tree fruits, because he wanted to break both the asuras. The palm tree fruits are also possessed with asura. Dhenuka is also possessed with asura. So he wanted to finish both of them. So Panangani Tan Erindita, Krishna who sent that, who threw it. Tadamberum Tolinal, Vanavar Kon Vida, Vanda Mari Tadithu, with his vast shoulder, the rain sent by Indra was stopped by Krishna here by lifting up the Govardhana hill. And doing that, Anirai Kathanal Endru Muttum, he saved all the cows and calves. That is making me engaged more and more with him. Avai Uyya Kondanal Endru Muttum. He gave upliftment to all the cows and calves. That is the great benefit all the cows and calves got. That is because of the divine presence of Krishna himself and his great love towards the cows. So one who protected the cows through his leelas, I am becoming more and more engaged and I am getting finished. Avai Uyya Kondanal Endru Muttum. He uplifted even those cowherds, all the cows who were struggling in fear of Krishna, Indra's reign. So Krishna sent this, Krishna lifted this Govardhana hill and stopped the rain and protected them from the rain, from the torrential rains. So that is the main favor done by Krishna. Because of such Krishna, I am getting finished. This way I see how he interacts with everyone, how he torments all the asuras. Seeing all of that, seeing how he helps without any distinction between his own relatives, the cows, he is helping everyone. Seeing that, I am getting finished, says Gopikas in this pasuram. Aishiyar Cheri Alaithair Palundu பேர்த்தவர் கண்டுபிடிக்க பிடியுண்டு வைத்தடம் கோடினார் வெண்ணை கொள் மாட்டாது அங்கு ஆப்பொண்டிருந்தானால் இன்று முற்றும் அடியுண்டு அழுதானால் இன்று முற்றும். In this pasuram, the cowherd girls, the women, they have gathered all the milk, yogurt, and then butter and ghee and all of that. He consumed all of them and he wanted more of them, and then because of his acts he got punished heavily by all the gopikas. So that is explained in this pasuram. I cheer seri idaicheri, that is in the place where the cowherds were living. The cowherd women, they were thinking, alai tayir palundu. We will churn this yogurt we have, and that particular curd and the milk we have kept for. He consumed those curd and the yogurt, and not stopping with that, he also பேர்த்து அவர் கண்டுபிடிக்க, he still has desire for butter. So even though after drinking so much um, curd and then buttermilk and so on, he likes the butter very much. So the Krishna is desiring for more butter, and then he is going in again to steal, and he finally gets caught there. All the gopikas, they were all hiding behind, and they knew Krishna will come, and they capture him, and then they bring him to Mother Yashoda. So he becomes tormented by all the cowherd girls, and then Veitadan Tolinar, those cowherd girls who are having shoulders which are like bamboo. How bamboo will be rounded, clean, plain, and good looking. So such is the nature of the shoulders of the cowherd girls. When the butter, kol matada, not being able to eat as much as he wants, அங்கு ஆப்போட்டிருந்தானால் இன்று முற்றும். He got beaten severely in their homes. Such Krishna, அடியுண்டு அழுதானால் என்று முற்றும். I beat him severely. And he was also beaten by all the cowherd girls. All the cowherd girls, they all beat Krishna because of their anger that Krishna stole their butter, he stole their curd, their milk, and everything. Because of that, all those gopikas, they all beat him heavily, and because of that, Mother Yashoda is saying, I am becoming finished. I am unable to tolerate all of this. Next pasuram. தள்ளித் தளர் நடையிட்டு இளம்பிள்ளையாய் உள்ளத்தினுள்ளே அவளை உரநோக்கி கள்ளத்தினால் வந்த பேச்சு முலையுயிர் துள்ளச் சுவைத்தானால் என்று முற்றும் துவக்கர உண்டானால் என்று முற்றும். In this pasuram, how Putana came in a very convincing form of Mother Yashoda and tried to feed Krishna with her milk, but Krishna sucked her life out of the bosom and kills him. These acts, if we see him, it will make us suffer and finished, because we are so attached to you, and when we see these activities, we become very incapable of living any further. தள்ளித் தளர் நடையிட்டு இளம்பிள்ளையாய். தள்ளித் தளர் நடையிட்டு. Krishna is walking in a very staggering manner, because he is very much a child in this case, very young boy. He is making this beautiful strides with his feet, which started walking. So having such steps, இளம்பிள்ளையாய், being a very young child, Krishna is being a very young child, being in that manner, கள்ளத்தினால். When Putana came, she hid her real form, and he came in the form of Mother Yashoda. So she did this as a cheating. So such cheating, Vanda, this Putana came with a changed form like Krishna's mother and came to feed him. So such Putana, Pechi Avalai, that Putana who is the demon, who is the monster. Such Putana உள்ளத்தின் உள்ளே உரநோக்கி, thinking that Krishna is thinking now that she has come to kill us somehow. See, thinking about this in his mind, as Mother as the Putana tries to feed him mulai, that blossom, uyir tulla suvaithanal, the her heart becomes to shiver. Her heart is shivering. In that manner, Krishna sucked the life from Putana. By such Krishna, Indru Mutrum, we are getting destroyed. Tuvakara undanal Indru Mutrum. While the bosom had poison, that is how she desired to, or she planned to kill Krishna. She applied poison on her bosom, and when Krishna drinks that from that milk, from that bosom, then he will get killed. That is the idea. But Krishna is carefully taking the life from the bosom along with the milk. That is how he did it. But he accepts that milk from her in a very nice manner, that the milk in the poison in the bosom, it doesn't stick with the milk. So that is how he accepted the milk and finally killed Putana. And by this act, you are tormenting us, you are making us suffer, says Mother Yashoda. மாவலி வேள்வியில் மானுருவாய் சென்று மூவடி தாய் என்று இரண்டு இம்மண்ணினை ஓரடி இட்டு இரண்டடி இரண்டாம் அடி தன்னிலே நாலடி இட்டானால் இன்று முற்றும் தரணி அளந்தானால் இன்று முற்றும். In this pasuram, Vamana Avataram is enjoyed. Mavali வேள்வியில் மானுருவாய் சென்று, in the yaga, in the sacrifice done by Mahabali, in that place, in that sacrificial arena, Bhagavan, he went as a young, very short, very dwarf person. At the same time, he is following brahmacharyam also. He is controlling his senses. In such manner, he goes to Mahabali. Muvadi tha endru iranda immanninai. Mahabali, Muvadi tha endra kalvanai, says ARRilirundhu. He doesn't even know how to ask, because he is always known to give to others. He is unable to ask in a very proper manner. So he is just saying, Muvadi tha, you give me 3 feet. Endru iranda immanninai. He requested for 3 steps of land with his own feet. So such earth, that portion of the Bhumi, is requested by Bhagavan here in the form of Vamana. And as Mahabali started pouring the water, and we've already seen how Shukracharya tries to stop that, but eventually Mahabali goes through the dhanam. He says he is willing to accept, he is willing to give 3 steps of land to Vamana Bhagavan. At that time, once he got the dhanam, he started measuring the whole universe. So with his 1 foot, he measures all of the earth and surrounding places. And then in the second feet, irandam adi thannile, in the second feet, he is just starting to measure the whole higher planets with his divine feet. Tal adi ittan, tavi adi ittanal, he is placing his divine feet, he is lifting it up. Such Bhagavan, such Krishna, who controlled Mahabali in this manner, Indra Mutrum, I am getting finished today itself, says Mother Yashoda in this Padikam. This also in this Padikam, it can also be said as all the Gopikas getting tormented and they are saying that we are getting finished by Krishna's all these activities. So that is the next pasuram. தாழை தண்ணாம்பல் தடம் பெரும் பொய்கை வாய் வாழு முதலை வலைப்பட்டு வாதிப்புண் வேழந்துயர்கட விண்ணோர் பெருமானாய் ஆழிபணி கொண்டானால் இன்று முற்றும் அதற்கருள் செய்தானால் இன்று முற்றும். In this pasuram, protecting Gajendra Alvan is shown by periyAzhwAr. தாழை தன் ஆம்பல் தடம் பெரும் பொய்கை வாய். In the banks of the pond where the crocodile is living, in that the thari leaves and flowers, and then the very cool ambal flowers, having those tadamberum, very big poigai vai inside the tatakam. So this crocodile is living in the pond, waiting for Gajendra Alvan, because he knows that his curse will be eliminated by Bhagavan only. So the crocodile was waiting for the elephant to come so that he can grab the food, and then finally Bhagavan will come and rescue and eliminate the sorrows for both, mainly for Gajendra Alvan and also for the crocodile, because his Shapa Vichanam also happens. His Shapa also gets completed. So the mouth of such crocodile itself is like a net where people will easily get caught. Valaipattu. So the crocodile's mouth itself is like the net here to capture the elephant, but the elephant doesn't know that the crocodile is there. Vedam, Vadipun, Valaipattu, getting captured in the Valai, that is in the mouth of crocodile. So as soon as Sri Gajendra Alvan placed his one foot, the crocodile sensed it and came and grabbed that one foot and guiding it. So that one foot is captured by crocodile here, having caught in that Vadipun, suffering, that is becoming very sorrowful because of the suffering by the pull of the crocodile. That Vedam, Sri Gajendra Alvan's tuyar, his sorrow, keda, to be eliminated. What is his sorrow? He wants to offer the flower to Bhagavan, but it looks like it is impossible now because the crocodile is pulling the elephant inside. For that, to eliminate all the sorrows of that Gajendra Alvan, Vinnor Perumanai, being the Lord of Nityasuris and manifesting it as well, being the Lord of Nityasuris, one may see the supremacy of Bhagavan in Shastram, but when he comes as the one who is riding the Garudalvar, Peri Tiruvadi, then it is confirmed that he is the Lord of all the Nityasuris. And having such Garudalvar as his Vahana, going on to the pond where the crocodile has caught the elephant's foot and he is trying to pull the elephant inside. So at that time, as soon as Krishna or Bhagavan arrived in the banks of that pond, he took his chakrayudam, his Sudarshana chakra, and he sent that on the crocodile and severed the crocodile's head. So, by doing all of this, Gajendra Alwan became free and now he can do his service. He can continue to go and fetch a flower from the pond and he can offer to Bhagavan. So, by such Bhagavan who accepted service of the Gajendra Alwan, on that Gajendra Alwan, I am becoming fearful. I am getting finished here by seeing how much love Bhagavan has towards the Gajendra Alwan. I am unable to sustain myself, says um, all the gopikas. Other for that um, elephant, the mercy, Arul Saidan all. He mercifully gave this special experience and mercy to the elephant, and engaging in that, I am getting finished, says the gopikas. வானத்தெழுந்த மழைமுகில் போல வானத்தெழுந்த மழைமுகில் போல் எங்கும் காணத்து மேய்ந்து கழித்து விளையாடி ஏனத்துருவாய் இடந்த இம்மண்ணினை தானத்தே வைத்தானால் இன்று முற்றும் தரணி இடந்தானால் இன்று முற்றும். Varaha Avtaram is explained here. In the Varaha Avtaram, there are two different ways of explaining the Varaha Avtaram. One time that is Hiranyaksha, takes the earth and folds it and he goes under the water. Bhagavan then took Varaha Rupam and he went into the water and brought Hiranyaksha out, and then he killed Hiranyaksha and protected the earth. This is one incident. And then there is another incident where Varaha Bhagavan, towards the end of the Yuga cycle, earth becomes submerged in the ocean, and at that time he enters into the ocean and he takes out the earth and consoles her. So the two different reasons are cited for Varaha Avtaram. Both are relatable for us. வானத்தில் எழுந்த மழைமுகில் போல், the clouds, they will take water from the ocean and then go up, and then they will flower the they'll shower the rain towards everywhere. So just as that, having very dark complexion, just as the cloud is very dark in color and in magnanimity, similarly here the Varaha Avatara Bhagavan, he is also in this dark complexion. Yenatu Uruvai, having this Varaha Rupam, having this form of Varaha, Kanatengum Meindu, going around in all the forests, enjoying his life in the forest, eating all the roots and the other food, and consuming all of those, Kalitthi Vilayadi, becoming joyful and becoming prideful, and because of that pride, they are also joyfully playing. Such earth was folded, and Hiranyaksha takes the earth into Patala Loka. Because of that, Bhagavan enters into Patala Loka, destroys Hiranyaksha, and brings the earth out. So that is second incident shown for helping the earth. In any case, both of them can be kept here. So Kanatengum Maindi, so going around the forest and surviving in apt ways, Kalitthi Vilayadi, and then playing joyfully. Idanda Immaninai, the Varaha Bhagavan who pulled out the connection between earth and the um, walls of the whole universe, 14 layered universe. So he brought out the earth from the wall of the universe, and then Tanatte Vaitanal, he went and placed the earth where it should be. That is the original place. Such Krishna, who placed this earth on its prompt and proper location, I become engaged in that and I become very weak. Indru Muttrum. So I'm getting finished because of this. Dharani Idandanal Indru Muttrum. When the earth was submerged in the water, that earth was taken out by pushing his tusk into the earth and severing the connection between the earth and the universe and placing it back into the original location. Such by such Krishna, Indru Muttrum, I am getting finished, says Mother Yashoda and the Gopikas. அங்கமலர் கண்ணன் தன்னை அசோதைக்கு மங்கை நல்லார்கள் தாம் வந்து முறைப்பட்ட அங்கவர் சொல்லை புதுவைக்கோன் பட்டன் சொல் இங்கிவை வந்தவர்க்கு ஏதமொன்று இல்லையே. This is the final pasuram, the Pala pasuram. For those who recite these pasurams, even while being in this world, for them, there will be no faults in this samsara, says periyAzhwAr in this pasuram. Nal mangai margal tham, those who have great love towards Bhagavan, such cowherd girls, Kamalam Kannan Tannai, the Krishna who has beautiful eyes, very beautiful eyes, Kamalam Kannan Tannai. So Krishna who is having reddish flower, lotus flower like eyes. On such Krishna's leelas, mischievous acts, Angu vandu, coming to Krishna's house, Ashodaiku murpada அவர் சொல்லை. அசோதைக்கு முறைப்பட்ட அவர் சொல்லை. So here, whatever words said by Mother Yashoda, those words were spoken by periyAzhwAr. Here periyAzhwAr himself is saying that I have spoken all the words as spoken by periyAzhwAr. அசோதைக்கு முறைப்பட்ட அவர் செயலை. One who listened to all those cowherd girls' complaints, and then she repeated those complaints. Puduvaikon Pattan, such periyAzhwAr, whatever pasurams, whatever words spoken by Mother Yashoda, same words were spoken by periyAzhwAr here. Such periyAzhwAr, Puduvaikon Pattan, one who is the controller of Srivilliputturu. Sollivai, the pasurams which are spoken by such periyAzhwAr, Ingu, being in this samsara itself, Vallavarku, those who are able to memorize them, recite them, and memory and know the meanings also. For them, Vallavarku, for those who can do this, ஒன்று ஏதமில்லை, there is no shortcoming, there is no fault, says periyAzhwAr in this last pasuram. அங்கமல கண்ணன் தன்னை அசோதைக்கு மங்கை நல்லார்கள் தாம் வந்து முறைப்பட்ட அங்கவர் சொல்லை புதுவைக்கோன் பட்டன் சொல் இங்கிவை வந்தார்க்கு ஏதம் ஒன்றில்லையே. That is the end of the second centum. Now we will move on to the third centum, that will be in the next session. ஆழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், காஞ்சி சுவாமி திருவடிகளே சரணம். பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டு பல கோடி நூறாயிரம் நல்லாண்டு தின்றோள் மணிவண்ணாவும் சேவடி செல்வத்திற்காப்படி அம்மோடும் நோடும் பிரிவினி ஆயிரம் பல்லாண்டு வடிவாயின் உளமார்பில் வாழ்கின்ற மங்கையும் பல்லாண்டு வடிவார் சோதி வளர்த்துறையும் சுழாடியும் பல்லாண்டு படைப்போர்க்கும் வழங்கும் அப்பாஞ்ச சன்னியமும் பல்லாண்டு. We'll see in the next session.